Hey, how are you? My name is Nancy Quito and I am harpsichordist for the Baroque band Ensemble Leonarda. And if you're watching me live from my living room, it's because you may remember my band had a virtual concert scheduled for November 7th, and we had to postpone that due to a band member falling ill. And so the rescheduled one was today, and unfortunately we're going to have to postpone one more time. Again, illness, but also we have a substitute, and you know, holiday badness kind of got away from us, and rather than try and cram in rehearsals amidst the holiday chaos, we decided we were going to take a step back, and we're going to regroup and do the concert in February, and this way we'll have a solid concert for you all to see. But if you're watching me now, maybe you didn't get the message, and I don't want to leave you without a little something. So as an appetizer at 4:10 p.m. in just a few moments, I'll be restreaming a video from our archives. We'll talk more about that in a moment. Also, just a moment to chat with you guys because you know, you come to our concerts live and in person, and it's a stampede. You know, you come up to us afterwards, maybe you get 2 minutes to chat with us, and you know, we just played a 2-hour concert, I need a drink, or you have to go and do errands. So frequently asked questions that people write in about are, Nancy, you have degrees in French and classics, how did that come about that you're in music? The short story is, in high school in New York City, you have to take a foreign language, and I signed up for German. Now, my mother was a doctor, and at the time in Japan, a lot of the medical textbooks were in German. So I signed up for that, and they made a mistake, and I wound up in French 1. And they said, well, we can't have you wandering the hallways, perhaps just stay where you are and we'll get you out. And by the time they corrected it, I was in love with all things French. And so my degrees are in French. I went to study at the Francophone University in Montreal. Boy, was that cold. And classics came about because I fell in love with, I'm not old and British and an academic. Those of you of a certain age, do you remember Sam and Anne? That's how they teach kids to read. And by the time you got to the end of Sam and Anne in the first grade, they were talking about Greek and Roman myths. And I really, Joseph Campbell, all of that sort of stuff. And so I majored in classics because I loved it. And the other question I get sometimes is, how did Ensemble Leonarda start? And basically Susan and I, that's the flute player, were students at Peabody Conservatory, and I know her husband, who's also a fine trumpet player, but I played for their wedding. And of course, I'm the last person on the receiving line at the church because I'm stuck all the way up in the organ loft. And I said, you know, I heard you bought a Baroque flute. I think it'd be really great if we started that Baroque band we were talking about. And she was there like, Nancy, I kind of have a reception to go to. Maybe, can we talk about this after I come back from my honeymoon, maybe? And so ever since then, that's how the Baroque band was born. So it's a nice split. When I play organ, which my degree is in, it's mostly German Baroque, so Johann Sebastian Bach. With my group, it's mostly French Baroque. So French comes in handy. I can, with a beautiful accent, pronounce the names of all these French composers, Joseph Baudin de Beaumartier, or Louis Quai de Valois, etc. So the piece you're going to hear is from our 10 years ago. This particular season is our 10th year anniversary. We did a Boston Early Music Festival fringe concert, and it's one of our favorite pieces. It is the Chaconne from the opera Roland by Jean-Baptiste Lully. In case you missed it, he was at the court of Louis XIV. In the words of Richard Lewis in Robin Hood Men in Tights, it's good to be the king. So Louis XIV had all these grand operas with ballets and interludes and all that sort of stuff. So it's a wonderful, wonderful piece. So at 4:10, again, in case you missed it, we'll be doing a restream of a previously recorded video a couple seasons back Check social media. Please leave comments because I don't have the live stream person with me, so I'm kind of flying without a net here. And stay safe and be well, and we'll see you all in February. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.